So, back to Moses. Good morning again. So, Moses, as you know, he was the one that led God's people out of slavery bondage. You know, they was in bondage and slaves, in bondage to other people. You understand? They was in bondage and slavery to other people. Now, of course, this country was a great, thriving country, and they, so these people, God's people, became slaves to them people. That's another story I tell you about that, but we'll stay with this story. So Moses, how he came into power, if you will, or as he came into encounter God, we'll say that. Moses was just a baby. He didn't know what was going on. Now, if you want to say movie script, well, God had already gave Moses a script while he was a baby. He just had to live his life and come into encounter with God, The Pharaoh had made a creed, if you will, and said, hey, all the firstborn of the Hebrew families, the baby's going to be killed, firstborn. So this mother, Moses' mother, what's his mother name, Sting? Miriam. We think his name was, Moses' mother name was Miriam. So she got a hold of this information on, of course, all the Hebrews family did. So she was trying to save her baby. So she put him in this little crib, if you will, and let him float down the Nile. And ironically, somebody in power, a lady, she found the baby. And I think Miriam either started working for the lady, or she was started to work for her, or she was already working for her. I don't know how that kind of went, but actually the real mother, because the lady that found the baby, she adopted the baby. I think she she got her hands made. And Moses, in other words, Moses' mother took care of him. Ain't that something? She the one took care of him after she saved him, because this lady found him. So you know the rest of the story. Moses became, this is for people that's learning their Bible again, or having some kind of spiritual awakening or whatever, and they don't realize what's happening, because God wake up people these days, and from the inside, just wake them up, that spirit's alive in you, baby, I'm telling you, it just wakes you up, your whole life just changed, just that instantly, people who don't understand things, because it's not saying they bad people, they just don't understand, because it haven't happened to them yet, you understand, so they just living their life. It's not saying I catch you on the other side. I'm finish the video up.